The hope was to have all 30 teams in action this weekend. Wasn't the case. JP Morosi and I need clarity. Good morning, by the way. At this point, the Cardinals have not played in 12 days. Won't gather for perhaps a few more. 46 games in 55 days. What is the latest out of St. Louis?
Well, good morning, Lauren. Right now, certainly a lot of waiting, a lot of anxiety for the Cardinals and their fans. A couple more days of testing and waiting. That's the plan right now. They are still currently scheduled to come to Michigan and play the Tigers on Thursday in a doubleheader that would have, of course, happened last week, but for the postponement. So it's now a matter of waiting, and as you point out, Lauren, doing the math to see if it's possible to make up these 13 games they have already missed. And obviously it's going to involve a lot of doubleheaders as you look forward. That begins to prompt the questions about how many games must be played for a team to perhaps qualify for the postseason if, in fact, those berths are decided based on winning percentage. Those are more September questions than August questions. Right now, it's just a matter of getting this team back and healthy. And, of course, the news over the weekend, Lane Thomas testing positive, Ryan Helsley as well. What's unclear, Lauren, is when exactly they were infected. It's certainly possible that all these infections happened at one time based on what we know about COVID-19 and the incubation period, where it's entirely possible that once the team went into quarantine that there were no additional infections, but rather these were positive tests. It simply took a long time to show up. So a lot of waiting, a lot of wondering, certainly a lot of work on the part of John Mozeliak and his staff there with the Cardinals. But again, the hope is right now that if the tests go well for the next couple of days, they could still potentially play as early as Thursday in Detroit.
And we will get them healthy first and foremost, as you said. A's and Astros, JP, kind of doing the opposite of social distancing. Ramon Laureano clearly provoked. In terms of punishments, what are you hearing and when will we know?
Well, Lauren, Chris Young and his staff at the commissioner's office looking at video and doing the interviews and reports on it as they would for an incident of this type. We could expect news either today or potentially tomorrow on discipline arising from this. Of course, staff members could also be involved in the discipline. It's worth noting in terms of precedent. We still talk about precedent a lot when it comes to on-field discipline. It was an 8-game suspension last year for Amir Garrett in the brawl between the Pirates and the Reds, and it was also 8 games recently with Joe Kelly when the Astros and Dodgers played. It's notable, Lauren, that we talk about 8 games in the Amir Garrett case and potentially here as well. Those numbers have not been prorated. And that is a real effort on the part of MLB with the Players Union, too, to say, listen, we're not going to discount discipline because, if anything, it's more important than ever to stay apart this year. So I think we'll see, again, those numbers, if it's 8 games last year for Garrett, and if this is judged to be the same type of offense, I would expect the range of 8 games to be where this discipline may occur as well here in 2020.
And they play each other 7 more times this season. JP, finally, the Blue Jays will play a home game in Buffalo tomorrow. Are the guys anxious? Are they excited? How's the field? Tell me everything.
Well, it sounds like the Jays right now, Lauren, are excited to have a home to call their own. A lot of work has gone in the last couple of weeks to make Salem Field a Major League caliber facility as much as is possible during the span of a couple of weeks. Notable, Ross Atkins told Dan Shulman recently, of course, Ross, the GM of the Blue Jays, that they did bring in additional light towers, and there have been some changes made to the bulbs and the overall lighting capacity of the existing towers. So much conversation early on about the Major League caliber of the lighting. That has now been improved. You're going to see a Major League caliber lighting and also the concourses, different ways to reimagine the outdoor spaces there in Buffalo. So a lot of excitement, I know, for Buffalo to be hosting these games and the Jays to finally get a chance to wear the home whites at home, in air quotes here, in 2020.
The field looks beautiful. Good for them. Excited to watch them play there. Elsewhere in the East, Giancarlo Stanton, he's rolling to start this season. I speak for everyone here. We're all excited to see him kind of return to form. How's the hamstring?
Well, he's now on the IL, Lauren, so tough news for the New York Yankees there because, as you're saying, he looked like the vintage MVP form for Giancarlo Stanton. So for now, it's probably going to be a combination of players, and especially the Yankees should be in pretty good shape against right-handed pitching. To be the case in their next game against the Braves with Touki Toussaint, but you see the injury there for him. I would expect we'll probably see a lot of Mike Tauchman potentially getting some different DH spots if he's not in the left field corner. You've got Brett Gardner there as well, and Mike Ford you see there certainly is someone who is someone that they're excited about. Ford had a very productive 50-game stint with the Yankees last year. Ford got the start yesterday, went 0 for 3, but I would imagine that committee of maybe 2 of those 3 players will be in the lineup just about every day between Ford, Talkman, and Brett Gardner as well.
And the depth to fill the voids. JP always ending on a positive note. I love that about you. Kyle Lewis says Adam Jones is his favorite player. Adam responds. What do you say?
I love this. So last week, Kyle Lewis said on MLB Network Radio that he was talking about how Adam Jones was the player that he really looked up to the most, had the Adam Jones poster, wore his socks high as a result. So here's what Adam said. I believe his future is as bright as he wants. I've been watching and his overall game is purely explosive. Continue the grind, K. Lewis, and continue to make the adjustments. Also, never forget to show that massive smile. Gotta have fun playing a great game. So Adam Jones, the great Adam Jones, keeping tabs on the Mariners. Remember, his original club, as Adam plays in Japan right now, so he's either staying up late, getting up early, keeping tabs on things, but watching a player in Kyle Lewis who grew up idolizing the great Adam Jones. I love that story and certainly hope to see them both on the field together here at some point in time soon.
Wouldn't that be nice? Watching from afar, JP Morosi on the inside corner. Appreciate it.